Okay, may you please state your name and spell it for me?
Okay, my name is Giovanna Davis, and that is J-O apostrophe capital V O-N-N-A D-A-V-I-S.
And what businesses do you own?
I own JDP Production, which is where I do photography and videography services and content provider services, and I also own Level Up LLC, which is where I do like equipment rentals for my camera equipment.
Okay. What was your reason behind starting these businesses?
My reason behind starting these businesses were basically I fell in love with the camera a while ago. So to get myself out there and to get more opportunities, that's why I started the business. I was ready to start growing my brand or really building my brand. My business went through many different phases. When I first started it, it was Vibe Photography Pros. After that, then it was JDP Production, and now I'm currently in another rebranding stage of JDP, which is going to be JDP Production still, but I'll be doing business as Giovanna Davis because I found like a lot of photographers and filmmakers, they brand themselves with their name instead of doing like, you know, some type of fictitious name that, you know, that they brand. A lot of people are just doing their names. So the more I grew in my career field, I figured that out. So I still have Level Up LLC as Level Up LLC, which provides a lot of extra protections when it comes to like contracts and stuff like that when I do my business, that my equipment is insured in another business. I learned that from Damon Williams, I think his name is, the guy who started FUBU and he's on Shark Tank. Yeah. I went to like one of his seminars and they were telling me about, you know, protect the equipment that you use in your business by starting another business just for your equipment. And that's when I learned that and did that.
Okay, what's the best decision you think you've made with your businesses?
The best decision I've made is getting my mom involved. Only because I know they say like try to separate your business from your family and things like that. But my mom is an accountant and she has her MBA and working for a CPA, and you know she handles like all my finances and taxes and stuff like that, and she's currently the one helping me build my website and rebrand myself. She's very good at organization, numbers, and computer savvy. She's like, my mom, she can literally hack computers. So like, you know, that's I think that's like one of the best business decisions that I've made was having her on board because she's a lifesaver.
So with it being that you made a business to protect your equipment, what would be your favorite thing about business or just your business in general other than owning one or two?
Networking.
Okay.
Networking is my favorite thing about business. Like just actually being in business is like my favorite thing. I am excellent at networking, and I can sell water to a fish. I can sell milk to a cow. Honey, I can sell. Okay, so I know I'm gifted when it comes to selling. So when it comes to networking, it's just selling yourself. And who knows me better than me? So who knows my business better than I do? My mom might be able to contest with that, but she's not a networker. But networking, I have to say, is the best thing about business. I love meeting other people with businesses or who are in the same industry and line of work and forming those connections that really strengthen my business, strengthen me as a person and as an individual working as well.
So with networking, you feel like that's the most important part of your business?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the part of the business that keeps it going. Like, granted, at first when I started my business, I wasn't making nothing. And then when, let's say, I was spending more money than I was making. Yeah, definitely like the best thing about my business as a whole is networking. The strongest thing is networking. The thing that keeps the business going is networking, because through networking, that's how I got other opportunities to do different things. So yeah.
And you being a student and owning your business, how do those conflict and how do you balance? I mean, I know you say you have your mom, but like, do you have a team that backs you or helps you other than your mom?
Not really. Not really. But here's the thing. It's growing. It's growing. When you have a business and you're a student, it's hard. It's really hard. I can even imagine those whose business isn't necessarily aligned with what they're going to school for. Yeah, it's to be harder. Because what I'm going to school for is the same thing that I do within my business, it actually ends up benefiting me sometimes, because a lot of times I'll get assignments and it'll be like, I already did that. You know what I mean? So it's just like click, submit, the first day I got it. So and sometimes, I'll modify it to make sure that it's aligned. Like I'll do a different version for what I gave to my client, to modify it with the rules and stipulations that are withheld for an assignment. So it works out to my benefit with that. But does it conflict sometimes? Because like right now I got this project that I'm 2 months behind on returning to the client, and they're like calling me right now, and I ended up having to pay somebody that I knew to finish the project. But that happens. But what school also does is it gave me a network to where I could pay somebody to do it, because I was around other like-minded people who are in the same career path. So I was able to do that. So it has its pros and cons, but they really balance each other out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for your time. And I'm sorry I had to shift you around.